Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Miranda if you're new here. The Wet n Wild palette is this one here. It's called Rose in the Air and it actually retails for $4.68. The colors are insanely similar to the Modern Renaissance palette. And I will say the formula is a little bit different, but it's really similar when you put it onto the eye, and I use the same brushes but clean them off and everything and achieve this look. So if you want to see how to do that, then keep watching. On this side of my face I'm going to be doing high end, and then this side drugstore. First, I'm going to be taking my Morphe Y17 brush and dipping it into Burnt Orange from the Anastasia palette and popping it in my crease. It's kind of a dark transition. I need a mirror. I was about to just go. I've already set my whole face. This is really confusing because I never do my makeup in this order. Okay, let me see. I honestly haven't used this palette in so long. Also, I set my face, so hopefully this doesn't do anything to my eyeshadow, because to prime my eyelids, I just use Tarte Shape Tape after I've carved out my eyebrows, and then just kind of put a lot more onto my lid and blend it out, and I don't set it. I used to not set it. Wow, I can't talk. I used to set it with translucent powder and then do my eyeshadow, but I just find that it makes the colors a lot more vibrant, and people have been talking about it a lot on Twitter, and it honestly works a lot better. Okay, it's still blending, so that's good. It's honestly crazy to me how similar this palette is to the Wet n Wild one that I picked up today, and the Wet n Wild one is $4. This one's like $50, like, okay. Now I'm just gonna be taking, I swatched these so it's a little dusty. I'm going to be taking this transition shade. I don't think they have names. Maybe they do. No, they don't. It has an eyeshadow tutorial in the back though, if you want to follow that. And this palette's called Rose in the Air, so I should have probably said that. I'll link it below, so if you guys want to buy it, you can probably just pick it up at any Walmart or CVS or anything too. And I'm going to be going in with the same brush, this transition color. Let's see how this works, because the colors are so similar, so I'm hoping the pigmentation is similar. Okay. It's pretty good. Well, it's coming out like a lot more brown on my eye. Maybe I accidentally tapped the brown. That's one thing I have, like a problem I have with smaller palettes like this, like quads and stuff. I feel like you can accidentally like get different shades, but let me see. Looks a lot more brown. Oh, nice. Okay, hopefully this works. This does look a lot more brown, so I'm really hoping once I do another color on my lid, it's not as noticeable. It's blending out well though, which is kind of surprising. I've never tried any like eye products for Wet n Wild. I used to use their little glitter things. They're like freaking 75 cents or something, and I used to use them. They just have glitter sprayed on the top, and then once you get to the actual product, it's just like glue. Like, I don't even know. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying. It's really gross. And then I discovered loose glitter and glitter glue. Definitely not as easy to work with compared to Anastasia shadows, but it's blending out good, and for the price it's like a fraction of the price, so I think it's pretty nice. They look like slightly different, but it's not anything too extreme. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe Y19 brush and dipping into Love Letter from the Anastasia palette and putting it all over my lid, blending it with my transition color. I used to do looks like this all the time with this palette, but I don't really anymore. Woo, this is pretty. Wow, this is very scary because I have all my eye makeup, all my face makeup on already. This is so scary. I definitely should have just filmed this while I was baking. God. It's actually not having a lot of fallout, which is nice. Not compared to the Subculture palette. Today I was actually going to do a video about reviewing the Subculture palette, but I feel like that palette has got a lot of exposure recently and everyone already knows that it has a lot of fallout. I didn't have that many problems with it, but it's just not the best palette. I don't know. And all the colors, when you swatch them, they look completely different than they look on your eye. Even just like in the pan, they look so much lighter, and then on your eye they're just like this weird like ashy color, and it's just kind of weird. And I don't understand, because the modern Renaissance formula is nothing like that, and they look like true to the colors they are in the pan, so it's just really weird. And now I'm just putting more of Love Letter to make sure I got it evenly all over my lid. And a second ago I was blending with the Y16 or 17 brush, the fluffy one that I used in my crease, just to make sure they're blended together. My plan with this look is I'm going to do the orange shade, I think it's Real Gar. I'm going to do that on my lower lash line, and that's going to be it. And then I'll pop on some lashes and hopefully the colors look the same. I'm going to add a tiny bit more burnt orange just to make sure they blend. This definitely isn't my most exciting eye look, but I just wanted to make sure all the shades looked super similar and I could show you guys dupes. It's crazy, honestly. Like, every single shade in this palette is a dupe of one of these. It's so weird. Like, honestly, every single one. They have Tempera, the Buon Fresco one, you know the one. Now I'm going to be taking the pink from the Wet n Wild palette, and it's right here. It looks so identical to Love Letter, and I'm hoping that it looks the same on my eye. Just gonna clean off my brush because I'm using the same one that I used. Oh, this has a lot of fallout, but it's okay. It's $4, so we'll see. Honestly, like, the pigment is really good. Like, look, that's just like one swipe of my eye, and it's showing up quite well. It's blending out pretty easily too, which is kind of surprising because the last color wasn't the best. I think I need a little more shadow. And it just goes in like the wrinkles of my eyelid a little bit, but sometimes that happens like just from not setting your concealer while using it for eye primer, and I think I waited too long to do this, so I was just walking around with unset concealer on my eyelids for like 30 minutes. Now I'm going to take the same brush and get more of the transition shade from the Wet n Wild palette. I'm literally sitting on my knees and my fake tan is like sweating off, so no. This honestly looks really similar. I'm gonna do a little bit more pink on this one because it's not completely covered on my eyelid. Take the orange out a little farther on this eye. I mean on that eye, so I need to do it on this eye. Would you guys be interested in seeing me do a whole brand tutorial of like Wet n Wild, Milani, and e.l.f? Like, let me know down below, because Milani has some nice palettes and I want to create some looks with them. They have like quad ones. This is not quad, but you know, ones like this, and then they have like actual like 12 shade palettes, and I feel like it'd be really good. Now I'm going to take the orange shade from the Modern Renaissance palette. It's called Real Gar, with my, I was about to say Morphe, with my BH Cosmetics Studio brush in the number 8. It's just a pointed little brush. And I'm going to drag this along my lower lash line. I had a hair on my brush. I'm just going to kind of pack it on. Oh, now you're going to have fallout. Thanks. I'm just gonna need to blend it out a little. I'll take the same brush that I was using. Wow, that looks so bad. Okay, we'll fix it. The same brush that I used in my crease, just because it's kind of a similar color, but it's like a lighter, and it's not bright orange. It's kind of like a light orange or light brown. And I'll just tie it together a little bit better, I think. Now my eye's watering. Can I just not? And we're taking the same BH Studio 8 brush and dipping into this orange right here from the Wet n Wild palette. Ooh, she's got a lot of fallout. This orange is almost the exact same color, I think. Wow, I just hit my cheek with my freaking brush. Just blending it out with the same crease brush. This is honestly my favorite brush. I keep saying, it's the Y17. I keep saying 16. But it's literally my favorite fluffy brush. I always take it in my crease for the transition color, and I use it to blend out shadows on like outer side of my eye. And I never use it for like packing or anything. It's just very fluffy, which is nice. Here is my finished look, and as you can see, they look really similar. I think I would just say that the Anastasia one blends out. Wow, I have lashes in my eye. Thank you guys so much for watching this dupe tutorial. If you have any other suggestions for makeup tutorials or any mystery videos, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!